and we'll shout you out. And if this is your first time and you're invited today, boy, are you in for a treat. Well, you're in for a treat whether you've been here before or not. You're here, you were probably invited by someone who cares about you and wanted you to learn more information. And that's what you're going to get today. Generally, these webinars last under an hour. And throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, just go on down to the Q&A. And the people you see on the screen, they're going to be presenting some information. And we'll stop throughout the webinar and make sure that your questions are hopefully answered. So this type of webinar may be different. If you've been invited to other webinars, there's sometimes at the end of the webinar, there's a lot of pressure. We don't pressure, we don't pester. I always tell everyone, we don't shake you upside down to get money out of your pockets. That's not what we're about. What we're about is we're here to share information about a business called Onpassive that is going to change online, the internet, and your life. And I have a feeling once you gather the information, you're going to have a big smile on your face, and you are going to want to jump on board and be a founder like the rest of us. So if you're watching, you're a participant or an attendee, you can see us on the screen, but please feel free. I'm going to say hello to a few people. We have Al saying, hi, everyone from Wisconsin. Kaboom. That's one of our big statements, kaboom. Hello, Eric from Hungary. Gert is saying, hi, Red. So Gert, you've got someone saying hello to you. Robert, my brother from another mother. Yes, hello Onpassive family, he's saying. We have Stephen here, and you'll find out why we say a lot. Hi, guys from Brookings, South Dakota. And Barbara Johnson is in the house from Florida. Ronnie Ramos from Duluth, Georgia. Hello. So just a reminder, everybody, we're going to get started 4 o'clock on the nose. We get started. We like to be timely. That's Eastern time. And it looks like the lovely Trila Williams has just joined us. And Trila is a wonderful gift and value to the Onpassive family. What she does is she does sign language for the hard of hearing for our webinars. So we just love having her on here. We appreciate all that you do, Trila. So this, if you're watching this live or recorded, we encourage you to get back to the person who invited you to this webinar. You know, to become part of this business, right now you need to be invited. And if you're invited, that person really cares a lot about you to invite you to this. So you need to be invited to become a founder, and you'll find out all the details once we get going in this webinar. Also, generally when we kick it off, I'll tell you a few things, my thoughts before we get going about this business. But welcome everyone, whether you're a current founder or this is the first time you're watching or you're watching the replay. You're here to learn about a business called Onpassive, and you're going to have some panelists that you see on the screen that are going to be giving you the information so that you can make a decision on moving forward and becoming a founder. We don't pester, we don't pressure. That's not what we're about. We're here to give you information. And I've got a good feeling once you hear about this business, like I did, once you hear what people have to say, you're going to jump on board and you're going to have a big smile on your face and you're going to be in it to win it like the rest of us. So I'm going to say hello to a few more people. Clementine is here from Denver, Colorado, and she's saying greetings to all. Andy Newsom is saying hello, Founders family. Founders family and all of you people who are joining this. This is a public webinar. And he's saying hello from Louisville, Kentucky. Larry Friend is here in the house from Missouri. Hi, Larry. Andy Borthwick is here from Stamford in the United Kingdom. Hello. Okay, now Robert's saying hello to Red. Hey there. David is saying hi from Crew, I hope I'm saying that right, Crew, Cheshire, UK. Andy is, hi everyone, from Portsmouth in the UK. So if you're seeing all these different countries that we're saying hello to, that's because Onpassive is a business that is legal, and we're in over 200 countries globally. So there's people that are on today on all different time zones, and you're going to see all different people from around the globe, as you see in the Q&A. And I just love being part of Onpassive. I have met so many people around the world. It's truly been a blessing. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to let the presenters present the business to you. So if you do throughout the presentation, which generally lasts an hour or less, go down to the Q&A, type in your question, and Red will get throughout the webinar, he'll either answer your question by typing an answer, or we'll stop and the questions will come up and the panelists will help answer your questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to give you information about the business. We're here to enlighten you as to why Onpassive is something that you will want to be a part of. And at the end of this webinar, we are not going to pressure you with a timeline. We're not going to upsell you. We're not going to tell you you have to do this, that, or the other thing. We want you to absorb the information and get back to the person who invited you if you want to take that next step forward. So a few of the things that I'm going to say, because we're going to get started in about 3 minutes or so, we get started on time, is for some of you who are here and you're going to be listening to information and you may not fully understand online marketing, you know, MLM, what does that mean? Network marketing. What do you mean about a business, customers? What the heck is, what am I going to do with a team? What does traffic mean? The only traffic I know about is when I'm stuck in my car with traffic. Trust us, that's okay. This business is for everyone, regardless of what level of understanding you might have about online business. And that's why it's here. It's here for everybody. And don't let that scare you. Don't feel like you're going to have all of this responsibility for customers in a team. That's not what it's all about. You need to sit back, relax, and enjoy this webinar and get back to the person who invited you. Okay, let's say hi to a few more people. We have Tim Dillon. He's saying, hello, leaders. Another day closer. You got that right. Roy Willis from, let's see, UK, Bournemouth. Bournemouth. I hope I'm saying that right. And there's another question in there we'll save for Red. And so if you're joining us, you see on the screen, this is a webinar, that a public webinar that you've been invited to by someone who really cares about you. You're going to learn about this business Onpassive. If you have questions, go down to the Q&A and type in your question, and throughout the webinar, Red will either type back an answer or the question will come forward to the people you see on the screen. If you see Trila going like this, she is our sign language expert, and she is a founder like the rest of us, and she volunteers her time to help us out for the hard of hearing so that they can watch these webinars and understand everything. It looks like we have Mike Ellis in the house. Hello, Mike. Mike will be doing part of the presentation today, and you're in for a treat if you were invited by someone to come here today. So let's just look at a few more. Tim Dillon is saying hello to Chef Red. David Switzer's here from Kansas, USA. Hello there. And there's someone who's anonymous, but that's okay. They're saying hi from Cape Town. So as you can see, everyone, we are a global company. We're legal in over 200 countries across the globe. So We're going to get started. Marty, if you're ready, I'll just do a quick kickoff. Like I said, unfortunately, I cannot stay on the webinar today because of a commitment, but I'm going to kick this off once I know Marty is ready to go. And I know he's got the recording going, so that's good. And like we say, if you were invited today or you're watching this as a replay, you're in for a treat. You're going to learn about a business called Onpassive, and you're going to get a lot of information today and digest the information and get back to the person who invited you to move forward. And you're going to see why we have big smiles on our face. So Marty, I'm just going to say one last thing and then hand it over to you so we can get started on time. You know, I usually say a few different things on these webinars, but I was really thinking about things. You know, in the United States the other day was Thanksgiving. And I hear a lot of language out there about, you know, being grateful, which I know a lot of us are grateful about a lot of things. And a lot of people are talking about how bad this year has been, you know, with COVID-19. And I got to tell you, this has been one of the best years of my life. That may not be true for everybody, but I got to tell you, it's been one of the best years of my life. I became a founder in January of 2020, and every day I have been involved learning more, understanding this business. I have a heart full of hope for the future. So this has been one of the best years in my life. And do yourself a favor, listen to the information. Don't worry if you don't understand all of it. It's okay. This business is for everybody. And I think you're going to jump on board and become a founder and really start learning more about why this has been one of the best years in my life. And there is such a bright future ahead. Okay, so Marty, it's all yours. Take it over. Enjoy, everyone. I wish I could stay, but enjoy. And if you have any questions, go to the Q&A and Red will take good care of you. Thanks a lot.
Love you, Susie. Thank you. Great job as always.
Love you too.
All right. Eric, glad to see you could make it. Sheila, we can't do anything without you. Dan Street, Red's here, and I believe Paul's going to come on in a minute. Paul Angus, he doesn't have the best service in the world. Eric, I saw your video yesterday, the day before. Very, very good, man. Very good. Had to have you on. Had to search you down, and we got you. That's one thing I'm pretty good at. Anyway, a little about myself. Welcome, everybody, on this Saturday, the 28th of November. I can't believe it's the 28th, but 28th of November. A little about myself. I'm 60 years old. I've been online since online has been available, but working online since 2004. I got on to make extra money. And I thought, you know, other people are doing it. This must be pretty easy. I'll go for it. Well, it wasn't that easy. I lost money probably for 10 years. Actually, I paid money to make money and I didn't make any money. So it's even worse than that. I followed the gurus, did what they said, you know, get the right mindset, big enough why, and all that good stuff. And what it really was is there's skills to learn to drive traffic, and you have to learn those skills. Any guru on the planet cannot duplicate what they do, no matter what they tell you. They will tell you, oh, well, I'm going to do it, and I'll show you how to do what I'm doing. It will not happen. It does not happen. They get you to do a course for free. Then you do course number 2 for $500. And then you do course number 3 because you figured you already spent $500. You better keep going or you're a quitter. And that costs $2,500. Now you feel pretty bad. You're not making any money. You can't bring anybody with you. You have nowhere to go. You have no one to ask. And that went on for year after year after year. I finally, I love the concept of MLM or affiliate marketing. I understood how it would work really, really well. I finally learned some skills. It took a long time. I learned how to market on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Then I one of the best things that happens is I met up with Mike Ellis and Dan Street about 8-9 years ago. And the three of us together could market fairly well. In fact, we got pretty darn good at it. And it was a great feeling at first, because then we found ourselves on the other end of the spectrum was we could bring people we could invite people in, we could build teams, but we couldn't bring people with us. Why? Well, we're doing the same thing as that guru did. We're inviting people in, but I really can't duplicate, neither could Mike and Dan duplicate what we're doing. You can't. You could do it with 2 or 3 people, but you can't do it with 10, 15, or 20. Marketing on Facebook alone is a moving target. One day an ad will be good and tomorrow it won't. A picture will be good and the next day it won't. And that went on. And so then we get in a company and the company didn't do what it promised, or they took your money and they ran. And this just went on. And finally, about 18 months ago, I was getting pretty fed up with, I couldn't, none of us like just building a team and looking at people like numbers instead of looking at them like people. So we said, man, maybe there's something else out there where it gives everybody an even playing field. And I started looking, and honestly, while I'm looking, I'm thinking it doesn't exist. I'm looking for something that's not there. It's not rare, it doesn't exist. Well, thank God I ran into Peter Rogers and Red Redfern, and they were doing something, and me being nosy, I wanted to know, what are you doing? And I trusted Peter and Red, so that's why I'm asking them. I wasn't going to a guru. I'm going to somebody I trust. I've been to the gurus, they didn't help me. And he told me what he was doing. It was a thing called Onpassive, and I went, what's it about? Now, my bar was very, very low. Can I make money? Can I bring people with me to make money? Yes. Okay, I'd sell gopher poop to do that, okay? I mean, at that point, you're just looking for something to make money and help other people. So, yes, you can make money, you can make good money, and yes, you can bring anybody with you, because everything they did was duplicatable. And I said, holy cow. Ran back to Mike and Dan like JoJo the Idiot Circus Monkey, and tried to explain everything, but I didn't even know what I was talking about. But we got in, and from that day forth, we learned more. We grew a big team, and it's the best thing we ever did. But anyway, Mike Ellis is here. He'll explain this thing in English, and you'll understand it, and you'll get a better scope of why we feel like we do. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike, and Mike, let them know what we're all excited about.
Yeah, no, that's some great information, Marty. It's a good start, a good base to work off of. We're going to be talking about Onpassive. Onpassive is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. Someone's got their mic on. Go ahead and turn them off, guys. So as you look at Onpassive, IA IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology, you know, we all come in and we ask the same question, and this is bar none. And the question we ask is, can I make any money with it? And I'll make it very, very short. Yeah, you can make money with Onpassive, and you can make a lot of money with Onpassive. And this presentation is to show you how. As you look at Onpassive, it was developed by a gentleman named Ash Mufareh. He is the visionary. He is the mastermind behind Onpassive. And they've done some really extraordinary things online that have never been done before. And as you look at any business online that you're looking at to come in and try and make money with, you need a couple of things. Number one, you really need a global market. And when we look at Onpassive, why do you need a global market? You need as many people you can get in front of as you can. I mean, the bigger the market, the better. Ash Mufareh and his team, because of what they've done, we have a global market of about 4.6 billion people. So our market will never run out. That's really, really important when you're looking at a business online. The next thing that Onpassive has done, it is unlimited. There are no caps with Onpassive. And as you look at Onpassive, what that means is if you make $1,000, you can make 10,000. If you make 10,000, you can make 100,000. If you make a million, if you make 100,000, you can make a million. And that's a month, guys, not a year. With Onpassive, there are no caps. Onpassive will never take anything away from you. Another thing that you want to look at as you're looking at a business, make sure there are no qualifications. In other words, as you come in and participate, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to sell, you don't have to share. Anything that lands underneath you, you will get paid for. And I'm going to show you how that works. That's how we make money. But it's really, really important that a company doesn't give you so many qualifications that you never make any money. With Onpassive, there are no qualifications. And then the last thing, as you're looking at a company, how is it structured? Not only the company, but the pay plan. And is it 100% automated? And the only way to do that is with AI. Again, Onpassive AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology. And as we look at the AI, the artificial intelligence in Onpassive, it is throughout the whole company. And what it does for you is it makes your business 100% automated. You will come in, participate, and your business will be 100% automated. And for most people coming online, that's really, really important because they just don't have the skill sets to do what a Marty does or some of the gurus online do. You don't need that. Onpassive, because of the way they're structured, because of the artificial intelligence, it's a done deal. So let's get into really the genius behind Onpassive and some of the concepts that Ash Mufareh has implemented for us to make money. And his whole goal as he was putting Onpassive together was to take the 97% that come online and fail and turn that number around and make it 97% that come online will succeed. Not only will they succeed, he guarantees it. So let's get into the four concepts that I think just change everything. They change the world. The first one, as you come in and start to participate with Onpassive, it is a self-funding business. What does that mean? It means you will go out of pocket once. You will never go out of pocket again. Like Marty said, we've been in many, many businesses, and these businesses will suck you dry. They'll take and they'll take and they'll take, and they never give anything back. And obviously, when people aren't making money, they just quit, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year. It doesn't really matter. They're just out. That is not Onpassive. You will come in, you will pay once, you will never go out of pocket. The next one is just extraordinary. And this is the guarantee that Ash makes. As you come in, Onpassive is going to force you to be successful. And all that means is they're going to force you to make money. No, they're not going to make you dig ditches. It's what they do. It's the structure of Onpassive that will help you make money. And this is just absolutely, it's so refreshing as you come into a business. You know you're going to make money. That is Onpassive. They're going to force you. They're going to make sure that you're making money and that you can find that place of financial security where you're not worried about finances. That is Onpassive. The next thing that Onpassive does, it is as extraordinary. If you have a business, you have to get eyes in front of your business. You have to get good qualified eyes in front of your business that come in, love it, join, and pay. That's how you get paid. People have to come in and spend money. Onpassive is going to be driving traffic for all of us. And they are extraordinary when it comes to driving traffic. They are the best of the best. And I know that because I've been doing this a long time and I drive traffic. When I saw what they did, I was flabbergasted. I went, I'm in. This company is too good not to participate with. And I want to give you a couple examples. One 6 months ago, one just a couple of weeks ago. About 6 months ago, Onpassive decided to turn on their traffic source. And they just cranked it on. And their goal was to bring in 1 million opt-ins and do it as quickly as they could. And they didn't put a time frame on it. And in 4 days, they brought in 1 million opt-ins. Now, when I saw them do this, I was just amazed. That kind of volume is extraordinary. Nobody online does this. And here's the caveat. Onpassive 6 months ago, they did not use the AI technology they have today. And the AI today is throughout the whole company. But you combine the traffic with the artificial intelligence, And I believe they're able to bring in 1 million opt-ins, not in 4 days, but in 2 days, or 1 day, or 12 hours. And really what I want you to take from that is the sheer volume that Onpassive is going to be doing for us. And that's going to become very, very important here in just a second. The next example is something that Onpassive did just a couple of weeks ago, driving traffic. And Marty, Dan, and I, we had a couple of videos, and Ash took those 2 videos and decided to run a little bit of traffic through. Get that, a little bit of traffic through. And normally our videos, we get anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 views on a particular video. I mean, we do okay, but not great. And Ash just put it into his traffic sources. And in about 4 days' time with these 2 videos, we had 250,000 views. I don't know if you've ever been on YouTube or you've ever made any YouTube videos. It's really, really hard to get 1,000 views, unless you're some nut out there doing something just crazy. But if it's a serious subject, it's hard to get views on there. You have to know how to do it. Ash Mufareh got our YouTube channel 250,000 views in 4 days. That is unbelievable. And again, think about the volume. What Ash and his team in India can do, 600 strong technicians, what they can do to drive traffic and that type of volume, what that will do for our business. It's extraordinary. The next thing that Ash talked about, the 4th concept that I absolutely loved, was the customer side of Onpassive. And as we look at the customer side of Onpassive, obviously you have to have a product. Customers have to come in and buy a product or a tool. They're interchangeable. And the tools or products have to be very, very good for them to come in and buy them. Well, here's what Ash and his team of techies in India have done. They've gone out and created tools from the ground up, proprietary, and they're cutting edge. These tools are the best of the best. And as our customers come in, and they will be from all walks of life. They could be from K through 12. They could be colleges. They could be small, medium, large-sized businesses. They could be governments. They could be for personal use. And I believe it will be all of those. Will come in and use these tools because they are so good, they will never leave. They are absolutely going to fall in love with the tools of Onpassive. Let me talk about just a couple of the tools of Onpassive so you know where we're at. Initially, they started out with the automated marketing platform. And this platform has all the tools that people use to market online. And there are a ton of them. It could be a server, could be a page builder, could be a funnel builder, could be a communication module, could be an HR module, human resource module, which is a total business solution. It could be traffic. All of these and much, much more were in this automated marketing platform. Again, they're superior. There are other tools in Onpassive. There are a total of about 50 different tools in Onpassive, all of them proprietary, all of them cutting edge, all of them the best of the best. And as people start to come in and use the tools of Onpassive, they are going to absolutely love them. So we have all the elements we need of just an outstanding business based on what Ash and his team have done. And if you think about those 4 concepts, self-funding, forced to be successful, traffic, customers, and then you add the volume to that, we are in such a unique position to actually start taking care of our bottom line. And I believe over time, as people come into Onpassive, that those financial woes that you might have today, they will disappear and they will never come back. That's how powerful what Ash and his team have done. So how do we all come into Onpassive? Really good question. Today, there is a position. It is the founder position. And the founder position is a $97 position. You come in and pay the $97. And what it does, and this is all it does, is it locks you into the company of Onpassive. It locks you into the pay structure of Onpassive. That's all the $97 does. And why is that so important? We are scheduled to launch this year, 2020. Onpassive, as they launch, Ash is going to start driving traffic for all the founding members, and he's going to start building their team. And you have to understand, if you have a team, each person on your team is a different stream of revenue. You get paid off of that. Now, there's another thing you can do as a founding member. You can actually build your team on your own if you have that inclination. You don't have to do that. Again, Onpassive, 100% automated. You do not have to build a team. But if you're someone that has an inclination, a talent, a skill to do that, you can absolutely do that. And basically what building a team does is it cuts time frames. It will get you to that point of financial independence quicker than if you don't build a team. But we will all get there over time, and I'm not talking about years. So the founding position is a very desirable position, not only to come in and lock yourself in Onpassive, but to have them actually start to build your team. So once Onpassive launches to the world, to the whole world, how do we come into Onpassive? As founding members, we will come into Onpassive and we will come in as customers. We will come in and there is one membership level. We will pay that fee. That is the fee that I talked about in one of the concepts. You will pay once, you will never go out of pocket again. We will come in, pay that fee, we will never have to pay it again. It is a monthly fee, but the monthly fee will be paid from the profits of Onpassive. Once we do that, we go in the back office, we click a button, and we become independent resellers of the IT product. That is just a title. It does not mean you have to go out and sell. Independent reseller, you do not have to sell. It is a title. And it is the way Onpassive will pay us and stay within the regulations throughout the world. It's one of those things, it's a title we have to have for Onpassive to pay us. We all want to be there. Again, when we look at the membership level, there are no qualifications. You don't have to sell, you don't have to buy, you don't have to recruit. You will pay once. From there, the monthly payments will be paid from the profits that you make in Onpassive. And there are no qualifications for you to make money. Whatever lands underneath you, and I'm going to tell you how that happens, whatever lands underneath you, based on the sheer volume of Onpassive, you will get paid for that. And you will get paid very, very well. I have seen the pay structure of Onpassive, and you can barely talk when you see it, and you can tell that. When I think about the pay structure of Onpassive, there is so much money in there for us as individuals participating in Onpassive. It is just unbelievable. What Ash and his team has done, and this is why he doesn't want to show the world what the pay structure looks like yet. He doesn't want them to get any kind of leg up. And when we launch and they see what's happening on Onpassive, their heads are going to be spinning. They're not going to know what to do. So I can't talk about the pay structure, but I can talk about how we're going to get paid basically. If you are a salesperson and you go out and you make 6 sales in a month, you will get paid for those sales by the company you work for. You're doing the work, you made the sales, you make a commission off those sales. That is not Onpassive. Onpassive, they're going to go into their toolbox. They're going to take out the traffic tool. They're going to start driving traffic for all of us. And Onpassive is going to do the work for us. When we pay Onpassive, we are outsourcing to Onpassive to do the work. And they're going to do the work. And as they do that, the sheer volume of Onpassive is going to be putting millions of sales underneath the founding members of Onpassive. Tens of millions of sales. Whatever lands underneath you, no qualifications, Onpassive will never take anything away from you. You will get paid for that. And as you look at the volume that Onpassive is going to be doing, it's going to be a fun time for everybody. It's the same way if you're a team builder and you've built a team. Again, Onpassive, they're going to take the tool of traffic. They're going to drive traffic for you. They're going to drive traffic for your team. But because these individuals on your team, you get paid off of their volume too, i.e. you will cut time frames. You will get to that place where your financial security is taken care of for good. Just quicker, that's all. But we will all get there. This is Onpassive. This is how it works. And I want to stick with the volume side of Onpassive just to make sure you understand what's going to be happening when Onpassive launches to the world. Today we're doing a webinar on Zoom. Zoom is a company that they have about 200 million people come on and do a Zoom every day. They're a massive company. They're huge. The technology that they use is old technology, old. And they've grabbed old technology, put it in a box, thrown it out there, And people, because of their timing, have come in hordes and used this webinar product of Zoom. Onpassive will have a communication module. Within that communication module is a Zoom that they've created. Again, it is cutting edge, it is proprietary, it is the best of the best. And as Onpassive launches to the world, just this one product, I believe, will put Zoom out of business within a year. Now, there are 25 other webinar platforms out there. And I think the same thing will happen to them. I believe they're going to be out of business or close to it. I believe with just this one product, at the end of a year, Onpassive would be a unicorn company. And that is a company that has a value of $1 billion. It's a big company. It's never been done in that amount of time, that short amount of time to become a unicorn company 1 year. It's never happened before. Now we add all the other products of Onpassive. And again, Onpassive is going to be marketing all of these for us. And we look at the sheer volume that's going to be coming into Onpassive. Just with the webinar service, I believe tens of millions of people will come in. Now we look at all the other products of Onpassive and the amount of people that will be coming in just to use the products of Onpassive. Onpassive, and we already know this. This isn't something we don't know. We know this is going to happen the first day. Onpassive, as they launch day one, will be a company worth about $3 billion. That is a multi-unicorn company. That is going to happen. It's a done deal. It's already written in the cards because of what Ash and his team have done, because of the way Onpassive is structured, because of the founding members of Onpassive, because we are participating in this. This is our company, and Ash thinks of us as partners. It's a really, really big deal when you look at the sheer volume that Onpassive is going to be doing. And of all that volume, we get to share in all of it. It all goes underneath us. We get paid from it. Again, no qualifications. Whatever lands underneath you, and there's going to be a ton of it, you will get paid for that. I want to talk about one more thing, and then I'll turn it back over to Marty. I really want to talk about the genius behind Onpassive and Ash Mufareh. And when I saw this, I was just taken aback because I'd never seen anything like this before. I believe 80% of the customers that are going to come into Onpassive will be customers. That's all they'll be. They don't care about Onpassive. All they want to do is use a superior product that makes their job easier and their bottom line better. Really is as simple as that. And this 80% of customers, they have a pretty good budget right now. They're paying for tools they're using right now. They'll switch over to Onpassive and never leave. Why is that important? They will never leave because of the quality of the tool, and that makes them someone that will come in and pay month after month after month after month. What does that do for us? It makes our income residual. It not only makes it residual, but over time it will be residual walk-away money. You'll be able to walk away and never worry about money again. Really, really some cool stuff with that 80%. But here's what Ash did. There's another 20% out there, whatever the numbers are, they're somewhere in there, that will come in, they'll use the tools, they'll buy them, pay the monthly fee, use the tools, and they're going to love them, absolutely love them. But this group is a little different. They don't have the budget that the 80% has, and they're always worried, can I pay next month's bill and continue to use these tools because they're going to love them? Here's what Ash has done. As they come in and use the tools and pay the monthly fee, over time, the cost of those tools will go down for them. They're going to love it. Over time, the cost of those tools will be zero. They will never leave. Over time, Onpassive is going to pay them to use the tools. What's going to happen is they're going to junk what they're doing. They might brought another company over, put it on the automated marketing platform for Onpassive to drive traffic for them. They're going to find that they're making more money with Onpassive. They're going to junk what they're doing, and they're on Onpassive full time. That is so ingenious because of the quality of the product, because of the way Ash treats the customers. And this is really throughout all of Onpassive. Ash does this with everything. It is so ingenious. Onpassive is going to be doing things totally revolutionary, things that have never been done online, the type of volume that's never been done online, becoming a unicorn company day one, never been done before. When you think about Onpassive, Onpassive was made for you and I to take care of those financial needs, to build wealth, and Ash has developed everything based on that principle to help everybody build wealth online. Keep it simple when you're talking about Onpassive. Onpassive is massive. There are a lot of moving parts in Onpassive, but Ash has made it very, very simple for us. Self-funding, forced to be successful, going to drive traffic for you, and customer is royalty. And then keep the volume in the back of your head. Keep it simple. It was made for you. And as you move forward and become a founder, and I always recommend you pay the $97, you will be in a position where your life is going to change now. That's how close we are. And as your life changes, as those finances change, you can actually live the lifestyle you've dreamt about and just haven't been able to do that yet. Marty, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to hand it back over to you. And I know there's some gaps there. Go ahead and fill them in, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Mike. Outstanding as always. You know, Mike talks about a unicorn company. Actually, they're very rare where they're worth $1 billion. And for a company to launch and be worth $1 billion, if not more, on day one is unheard of. It just hasn't happened. I'll give you some names and companies and how long it took them to make $1 billion. Google, to make first $1 billion, took 5 years. Everybody Googles, okay? Let's face the facts. Facebook, everybody knows who Facebook is. It took them 6 years to make $1 billion. Spotify, 8 years. Dropbox, 10 years. Netflix, okay? You know what Netflix is. 10 years to make $1 billion. Apple, 14 years. Microsoft, 15 years. Intel, how many computers have Intel inside them? That's their operating system. 16 years. Walt Disney, 69 years. IBM, 79 years. So for a company to launch and be worth $1 billion is amazing. Mike also brought up about Zoom. Now, Zoom a year ago was worth about $19 billion, which is outrageous. I mean, they're the big boys on the block, without a doubt. But put a little bit of thought into this. From last year to this year, they went from 19 billion to 125 billion. Over $100 billion increase in 1 year. That's mind-blowing. And Onpassive, when you turn on Onpassive, when you go online in the months to come, there'll be something there for everyone. Absolutely everyone. It's not just a place to run a business from. It will cover every aspect of life when you get online. It's phenomenal. And like Mike said, it's automated. You don't have to do anything. We pay the company to build for us. And how we pay them, one time out of pocket, first time. Every time after that comes from the profits that you made from the very company that you're paying to build your business. It's mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to go over to Red Redford, find out how busy he is with Q&A, and then have some of his input on Pastor, because he's the granddaddy of everybody here as far as being in the business the longest. Red, what's up?
How you doing? I've had a few questions, quite a few questions actually. A lot of it is towards people who are already founders, but there is two that might be of interest to new people who are here. So I'll bring these up. One was from Roy actually. He said, how will Onpassive benefit existing businesses? It's a very good question. Now, for a start, Onpassive would have to approve any existing business to make sure that they are compliant and legal before that you could use them within the Onpassive platform itself. So that's one thing to remember, is that whatever business you're thinking of using through the Onpassive platform, it would have to be approved by the company first. But what's it actually going to do for that business? Well, for a start, you can use all of the tools, products and services that Onpassive have within their arsenal. As Mike said, there's going to be over 50 for your business. But the main thing is that they are going to drive traffic to your business. And one of the questions I had actually on another day, which I'll bring up now, is somebody was very concerned that it's all very well driving traffic, but I'm a very small business and I need traffic in my own area. Now, part of the AI part of Onpassive means that they can drive traffic to people in your area because they pick up your IP address, they know where you live, and they will then target people within your area that are looking for whatever your business is selling. So they will be able to drive targeted traffic to your business in your own area. And that is a very, very important thing. And one thing that excites existing businesses so much is because they know that Onpassive is going to be driving traffic in their local area to them for their products and services. So that's how Onpassive will benefit existing businesses. But I emphasize again, it has to be approved by Onpassive. The next one was, can I have multiple accounts and what is the benefit if I do? The answer to that is simply yes. You can have as many accounts within Onpassive as you like. You just have to have a unique email address for each one. What's the benefits for it? Well, as Mike said, every single person in your team is another form of income for yourself. So for instance, if you bought positions like I know myself, Marty, Dan has as well, Peter Rogers, and many other people I know personally have all bought various positions and new founderships for our families. Not only is it going to be another stream of income for all of us, but it's also going to be a stream of income that we can then gift to our family and friends at a later date. And again, all you need is a unique email. Whether you sign up under yourself or under another person is immaterial. It's still going to be another stream of income to your team. Anyway, that's all I have on the questions at the moment. As always, as soon as I start talking, I've got an absolute plethora coming in, so I might come back around if you need me for those. Why did I join Onpassive all those years ago? Back in September of 2018, my word, a lifetime ago. But do you know something? What a journey. Ash Mufareh often says exactly this. It's the journey that is most important, not the destination. Now, obviously, people want the destination, but my God, what a journey I've had so far. I joined because of Ash Mufareh himself. There was only 2,000 members back in those days. I caught his vision of what he wanted to try and do. There was no name. We just had this vision of this guy almost rambling on about in such excitement about what he wanted to do for all of us. We are the 97%. And you know something? I thought, for the sake of $97, this has got to be worth a punt. And that's what I took the punt for that. It's 100% money back guarantee. And do you know something? I've had better meals that have cost me more. So I thought, for the sake of $97, I jumped in. And I've learned as I've gone. And over the years, I've learned an awful lot about this company. A lot of the things he said which would come to fruition as founders, they have done. We have now got back offices. We've got bespoke links that we can use, over 147 of them. We've got various other tools and services within our back office that we can use to share, market this fantastic business with. He promised all these and they have come to fruition. In the background of Marty there, you'll see a very shiny new building that says Onpassive on it. That is being bought and paid for specifically to house all our staff. This is a real bricks and mortar company that has now over 600 staff worldwide. We're not going anywhere. The domain name's been registered for 10 years. Anything that you do online now will have a reason for you to use Onpassive. And the beauty about it is easy to use. It's dumb proof. And that is what I love about Onpassive. It's a product-based company. There's no promises of ROIs. There's no promises of get rich or anything like that. We have products and tools that we can all use online. And this is where we're going to get our residual income from through these commissions. It's a fantastic opportunity. The best you can do, guys, is either sign up right now because that window of opportunity is closing, or at least get more information to get yourself knowledgeable about what Onpassive has to offer. Anyway, that's it. I'll get back to the questions, Marty. If there's anything important, I'll come back to you.
Thanks, Fred. And he's right. When this company launches, there will be no more founders. And to give that up, you just have to be insane. for 97 bucks. To give that up is absolutely insane. Right now, I want to introduce Paul Angus. Paul Angus has been in multi-level marketing since multi-level marketing has existed, I believe. He has a huge story about all the stuff he's done. He does a newsletter every week. I met Paul maybe 6 months ago, through Onpassive. Great guy. I saw a video yesterday before from a guy named Eric Yates, where Eric was actually interviewing Paul, and I saw the video that Eric did, and it was outstanding. So I was thinking, man, I'd like to get Eric on. And while I'm writing Paul, he's writing me and said, maybe you should have Eric on. I was like, oh man, and that happens a lot in Onpassive. It really does. I'll go to do something and somebody's on their way to tell me about it. So anyway, I'm going to introduce Paul. Now, Paul doesn't have the best service in the world because you can only have one thing out of life. You live in paradise, your internet stinks. Or you have great internet and maybe you're not living in paradise. But he lives in a beautiful place. As you can see, he's outside on top of a castle somewhere. And to get a good spot. Yeah, that's a castle. That's where he lives in a freaking castle. But anyway, I'm going to introduce Paul so he can introduce his buddy Eric. Paul, give it the best you got, buddy.
Yeah, good evening, Marty. Thanks ever so much. And yeah, as you can see, I feel like one of those reporters stuck in the rain in London doing a bad news report. I am outside because I can't get a decent internet signal inside, but that's going to change real soon. But yeah, I've had a bit of a good career and a bad career in the past. Sometimes in network marketing, I've had a great time. And I was thinking about something today. When you join a network and you look around, you see these leaders in there, you think, oh, why am I not in his group? Why couldn't I have joined under him? I'm under this person. I'm getting nowhere. And that's what that's like. And if you're not in the right group, and it seems to be a lot of luck, and you're thinking, this guy's on 20 grand a month and I'm getting nowhere. And a lot of that happened. But Onpassive, it doesn't matter where you are because we've got people like you, Dan, Mike, Red. And there's so many leaders there, Dr. Bill Williams, and that's the beautiful thing about that, because this time round, not many of us talk about the money. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, because we know the money's coming for sure. But what we all want this time is a good company. So the people like myself and you and everyone else, we're going all out to build a good company. Ash is doing an amazing job, but what are we doing? What's our part? So in our part in building a good company, we're going to attract some good people. And I would like to say very quickly hello to all my group here tonight, and my nephew Mike's on as well. I'm introducing some of my family now, and I've just recently got on one of my best friends, Graham. I call him Tucker, from the Northeast, and Graham did his due diligence and he got the best involved as well, which is Eric Yates. And when we're attracting people like that, I mean, Eric, you'll hear his story in a second. Eric was a top six-figure earner. I'm not talking about 100,000, but I'm talking about a serious six-figure earner. And these people know what they're doing. They know what's going on in the world, and they study it. So to get someone like Eric of his caliber, Graham of his caliber, he's another real go-getter. It's going to really be a fantastic asset. Now. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Yep. Okay, so to get people of that sort of caliber is going to be fantastic. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce you to Eric Yates. If you could unmic yourself, Eric, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm going to try to do that, Paul, but it seems that your internet connection has affected my internet connection. You're just jinxed. Hi, people out there of the world who suddenly got involved in this thing called Onpassive. I have to speak slow because I'm from the north of England, which may mean the translator has to work incredibly hard because my accent is a bit challenging. A little bit about me. I still do run a training company. Had a training company worth over 200 grand a year. This has been a difficult year where we've seen through this COVID thing where businesses has basically stopped and stalled. And the fella down below, that chap, I don't know where he is on your screen, but he's below Mike on my screen, has also got me involved in many LMMs and multi-level marketing over the years, some which have been great and some which haven't been great. And I'm not going to say anything about Paul, but he's got me involved in some stuff in the past which just hasn't worked. So when Paul emails me and says, Eric, have a look at this, I normally just go, mute, I'll get to it later, but that's how it goes. But I got to the point where I eventually had a look at this thing, thought, okay, I need to do what I do, which is a professional trainer, and put it online. So I'm using systems like Zoom, I'm using various online products. And I said, this Onpassive thing that you're going on about, what's it about then? He said, well, it's all these tools. And I looked at the tools and he talked a little bit about what they're going to do. And I went, really? That sounds like it's going to be something I can use. So the money aspect, I haven't even heard about until tonight. I wasn't really interested in that. I was interested in the tools and the traffic. And especially when he showed me a little video by a guy where Ash decided to send traffic to his YouTube channel, which I'm currently working on a YouTube channel to do with my main business, which is around managing challenging behavior and teachers and carers that work with difficult students. So I'm doing a blog, and really what I want to do is drive traffic to that blog. And once Paul started to mention this technical stuff that he doesn't really understand, don't tell anybody, but he doesn't really understand the technical stuff, I got excited and said, okay, I'll pay the bit. I'll do the job. And that's why I put a video together yesterday about me. And Paul said, can you put a testimonial? I said, yeah, no problem. I'll put a testimonial together, which I did yesterday. We did an interview today. And in the space of 2 days, there's been over 2,000 hits on that video, which is just incredible. So that straight away starts to tell you the power of this thing. And then Paul said, why don't you go and get involved in this Zoom group? I said, which Zoom group? With all the leaders. And I thought there would be Trump on here, there'd be Biden on here, there'd be Boris Johnson, but apparently not. There's not. There's these people here, which are leaders in their field. So I feel privileged to be part of this group this evening. I've got the world behind me because it's. I feel like the world's on my shoulders at the moment. But I'm sure that after joining this business, things are going to brighten up a bit. So that's a little bit of me. So I'm excited to get involved. I will be putting a team together because I'm like Paul. I'm a serial multi-level marketer, so I just enjoy going out there and talking to people. And I haven't had anything products to talk about for some time. Now it's time to start talking business. So that's me.
Eric, thank you very much, man. I'm glad you were able to come on. Yeah, I mean, we keep finding more and more people. People find Onpassive. I mean, especially nowadays with everything being all doom and gloom, couldn't happen at a better time. And there's different reasons why people want to do it, like the traffic. You know, traffic's a big deal. Trying to drive traffic. I had a friend, I told the story at least 2,000 times. I'll tell it 2001. The guy calls me up and he left. It was another business and he left and went to another shiny object, preparing himself to lose another $500 or $600. And he had a new site, new website. It was beautiful, 3D and jet airplanes and all this stuff. And he said, "Look at my site." I said, "Yeah, it's very nice." He said, "Do you think that'll get a lot of traffic?" I said, "I don't know. What are you going to do?" So, "What do you mean?" Websites don't gain traffic. You have to drive people to it. It doesn't change because you have a nice website. Myself, Mike, and Dan had one of the ugliest websites on the planet. We got 900,000 views. It's because we drove traffic to it. People don't care so much how fancy it is. If nobody sees it, you might as well put it under a rock. Well, I didn't make him feel very good. I wasn't trying to make him feel bad, but I was trying to get in his head. It's not about a website and this and that. You got to get people to look at what you're doing. I don't care what it is. But anyway, that was the main thing. So when you brought up traffic, I thought, yeah, everybody I talked to, I mean, I'll get a solo ad. Well, 90% of the people don't realize that most solo ads is somebody that bought names and emails and they're selling them. They didn't even harvest the emails themselves. They bought them at a lower price and they're selling for a higher price. And John Smith at johnsmithgmail.com has gotten 50 people hitting him on 50 different great ideas. So by the time you get to him, John Smith wants to shoot you. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what the beauty of Onpassive is all about. I'm going to turn it over to Dan Street. He's another business partner. I've known Dan for 8 years. In fact, he just retired from his other job. He's not retired. He gets mad when I say that. But anyway, he's moving to a different phase. Here's Dan.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I'm moving to a different phase. I think that you're never retired. You're just moving to a different phase, a new chapter. And what an exciting chapter that we have with Onpassive. I mean, I can't imagine, quitting a job that I've been in for 28 years and moving to something like Onpassive that's going to be not only change my life, but change everybody here and change all the new founders. It's just AI technology, proprietary products, real products. And one of the things one of the questions I get asked quite a bit is, what have I learned from Onpassive? And my answer to that is I've learned that I've seen, more than anything else, I've learned that I've seen a vision from an entrepreneur that just his persistence and his vision to make something happen as massive as this organization is nothing short of amazing. And it always gets me to think that every day and every week that I talk with Marty and Mike all the time, and we say, oh my gosh, we don't know a fraction of what Ash has got going. We think we know, but there's a lot more that we don't know. And he surprises us every week. So when you look at that and you look at the fact that he has such incredible honesty and integrity, and he's very transparent, that to me, for all of you new people that are looking at this as an opportunity, that to me is key. If you don't have that in a company and you don't have that in leadership, then you don't really have a very good company. And that's one of those companies that we're all talking about here that will probably fail. And we are so excited and blessed to be able to be a part of a company that has that transparency and that honesty and integrity in the leadership with Ash. So if you're interested in, if you're thinking about changing your life, $97 is probably a pretty good bargain to do it with. So I would say get with the person that joined you, that asked you to come to this meeting today, and talk about the details. And we hope that today you've gotten a real good appreciation of what Onpassive with Mike's presentation. And gosh, Eric, you did an amazing job, and Paul and Trila, we thank her every single. Thank you. Thank yourself, Trila. Say thank you, Trila. She does an amazing job for us, and oh man, whole new market of people. So thanks, Red, and everybody, and it's just exciting times, everybody.
Thanks, Dan. Anybody have anything else? If not, I'm going to wrap this thing up in less than an hour, which is really...
Yeah, just real quick, Marty.
Okay.
Let's end it with the new people that are here. Keep this very, very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. Come on in, understand what's happening, and then as you come in and spend the $97, continue to explore Onpassive. I can tell you, based on our experience of 18 months, that it gets better and better and better. And what that means is when you understand what's happening, you're gonna look at your bottom line and what you have in the back of your mind, and that's going to start to increase exponentially because it's there in front of you. So keep it simple, keep exploring Onpassive, and believe me, within a week or two, you're just going to be dancing on the roof. So that's it for today, Marty.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Trila. Everybody have a nice weekend. We have these every Tuesday and Saturday at 4 o'clock. Invite people. I know some people don't want to grow their business or share it, but if you do, we'll do it for you. That's why we're here. There is no team here. We're all one unit. So anyway, I'll see y'all. God bless and have a great weekend. Bye.